student. Again I am here with one of the very important topic, and topic name is blood pressure. The topic name is blood pressure. Now question arises, what is meant by blood pressure? We are knowing that blood is one of the very important constituent in our body, which is circulating throughout our body and in the form of oxygenated blood as well as deoxygenated blood. Now, what is meant by blood pressure? The force that blood exerts against the wall of the vessel is called blood pressure. Our blood is flowing throughout the body, so whenever the pressure exerts against the wall of the vessels, that pressure is called as the blood pressure. And the blood pressure is much greater in the arteries than in the veins. We have already studied the number of vessels are there, number of veins are there, number of capillaries are there in our body. So pressure is much more greater in arteries than in the veins. Now the pressure varies in our body. Pressure varies from the different part of the body and according to the age of the individual. If the age is infants having different blood pressure, teenagers having different blood pressure, and the adults having the different blood pressure. Now, there are two types of blood pressure. Already in our last video, we have just discussed about the heartbeat and the pulse rate. And there we have seen the systolic movement and diastolic movement. Systolic movement means that whenever our heart contracts, that movement is called as systolic movement. Whenever our heart relaxes, that movement is called as diastolic movement. So here, the pressure are two types. First one is the systolic pressure, means the pressure, contraction pressure, and second is called as diastolic pressure, means relaxation pressure. So whenever our heart contracts, that pressure is called as systolic pressure. Whenever our heart just relax, that is called diastolic pressure. Now the pressure of the blood inside the artery due to what? Due to the contraction. Contraction of what? Contraction of the ventricular systole, and it is called as systolic pressure. Whenever our ventricle systole means it contracts, that time it is called as systolic pressure. Means systolic pressure is the pressure of the blood when the heart contracts and blood is pumped due to the systolic pressure to our part of the body. So blood is pumped. Now the pressure of our body, pressure of the blood inside the artery during the relaxation time, that is the whenever ventricle diastole, that pressure is called as diastolic pressure. Diastolic means relaxation pressure. Now diastolic pressure is the pressure of the blood when the heart dilates. Dilate means it relaxes. As a result, blood is received by the various chambers of the heart. And in this way, the blood shows two types of pressure, systolic pressure and diastolic pressure. Now, the normal systolic pressure is about 120 millimeter of mercury, that is of Hg. The systolic pressure means contraction pressure is 120 millimeter of Hg, and the diastolic pressure is 80 millimeter of Hg. And generally it is expressed in this way. Generally whenever we are checking our blood pressure, doctors are writing in this way, 120 per 80 millimeter of Hg. Now blood pressure, it's one of the very important type of pressure measured by the instrument. That instrument is called as, the name of the instrument is, that is the sphygmomanometer. I have written little bit space, I have given sphygmomanometer. That is the sphygmomanometer. So the instrument through which the doctors, they are measuring our pressure, blood pressure, that is called as sphygmomanometer. And now, if suppose this is the structure and working of the heart is there, if it is smoothly functioning, then doesn't matter, or we will be the normal person. But if any type of abnormality, any type of problems arises in the heartbeat, that time it can be recorded by, we have to check our ECG. Means it can be when any kind of abnormality in heartbeat can be recorded by an instrument that is called as electrocardiograph. That instrument is called as electrocardiograph. And the time doctors, they are just checking the ECG, means what they are doing, they are checking the recording, and that recording is called as electrocardiogram. electrocardiogram means ECG, and then doctors, they are taking the ECG, and from that ECG they are just observing that any abnormality is there or what, and in which part of the heart there will be the abnormality, just like the right atrium, right ventricle, right ventricle, or the left ventricle. Any part, if any abnormality will be there, that will be checked by the cardiologist, and they are suggesting us the particular type of remedies. So this is all about the blood pressure, which is the one very important thing for our body. And so if you like the video, so specially like and subscribe the video. Thank you very much.